Hi everyone. I hope you have studied the first part of our essay and you have watched the first video on our Ailing Planet by our greatest jurist Nani Palkhivala. So what is a summary of what we have seen in the first video? Do you remember? First part itself about the Green Movement and the Green Party meeting which was held in the year 1972, and the movement is on the march we saw. Then he was discussing all the many species that are facing extinction and the domination of man, and there is a new realization that man should live in partnership with several species of creatures on the face of the earth. And there are 1.4 million living species which are catalogued. 3 to 100 species are still remaining uncatalogued and unknown. And the main important points, what are they? The Earth's principal biological systems are 4. What are they? Fisheries, forests, grasslands and croplands. And overexploitation by man has caused the deterioration in the environment and the loss of its natural resources. That was the summary of our first part of our lesson and the first video. Page number 45. Yes. First paragraph, see the last line once again. Since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction. Yes, several species of animals, birds, etc., they face the danger of extinction, complete wipeout. Is going to be removed in near future. Extinction is as a result of its destruction. Many species are going to become extinct or wiped out from the face of the earth. It has been well said that it is said, very well it is said, that forests precede mankind. Before the arrival of man, it was forest all over the world and deserts follow. After the exit of man, if it happens, only desert will be there. Overexploitation of all the natural resources will cause, increase of desert area. And meaningfully it is said that, before the arrival of man, it was forest, the world was full of forests. Now they are all cut down and the natural resources exploited. After man, it will be only deserts. Yes, the words ancient patrimony, our inheritance, what we get from our predecessors, our inheritance. Of tropical forest, yes, a large amount of tropical forest had been given to us. By our predecessors, those who were before us, previous generation, is now eroding. A soil erosion is moving out, eroding at a rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Per year, 40 to 50 million acres of forest eroding. Even now in 21st century, big trees and all illegally and unlawfully cut during the night by the help of unlawful people and by the indirect support of the officials. By morning, all valuable trees in an area like teakwood and all will be cut and taken to lorries, and by morning it will reach some workshop. In 2 days they would come out as a new furniture. Is it not so? It happens even now. It happens even now. During the night they would march into the forest, they would kill the animals I mean, they will shoot at the elephant and take the tusk of it and leave the dead body there. It happens now. Area of forest is coming down day by day. Valuable forest, trees all will be cut and taken out illegally, unlawfully, by the power of money power and muscle power. They will have a lot of gundas with them. Nobody can object them. It happens not everywhere. Many parts of India it happens. Nobody can object them now. Even government officials will be run away for their life. Life is more important for them now. It happens very often. That is the reason why the area of forest, coming down day by day. Yes, 40 to 50 million acres a year eroding, and growing use of dung for burning. See, as firewood not available, cow dungs and other dungs are used for burning. You might have seen some areas, hot areas especially, as this will be dried in the open air and will be used as firewood. Is it not so? Yes. So it deprives soil of an important natural fertilizer. Otherwise, you should go into the soil. These dungs of animals like cow dungs, etc., should go into the soil. Then only the soil will become fertile. As a result of that, these dungs are used for instead of firewood. See, the soil is getting lost of natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates that a 5-fold increase in the rate of forest planting, a 5-fold increase is required. You see, in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with, to agree with, to go together with, go in accordance with, to cope with, to meet the needs of, with the expected fuel wood demand. In order to meet the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. Do you remember the essay was in the year, which year? Which year it was written? 1994. The essay was written in the year 1994. Yes. So at that time, he says that by 2000, a 5-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is required to meet the needs by the time we reach 2000. Now 2021, we have reached no change. Many people will say many things like this. For some time somebody would hear some reaction, maybe response might be there. Then people forget that. Then they go on exploiting, over-exploiting the natural resources. All the resources. Fisheries, overfishing, forests, grassland, cropland. All these things are over-exploited. That's the problem. It goes on even now. Yes. James Pett, the president of World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second. Per second. You see, all over the world, 1 acre of land becomes a desert. But it is much closer to an acre and a half. Now it has become 1.5 acres per every second. See, that means what? 1 hour, 90 acres getting lost. See, forest become, a desert. As equal as desert. May not be immediate desert. Trees lost, then they will burn it off sometime. People will go and stay there. Our wild animals being killed. Then they themselves will go and request the government to allot this forest land for them. They would construct a temporary shed there and they would say that we had been living here for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years like that. They would plant some temporary plants also there. Some banana or some plantain, something they would cultivate for the time being. And they would say we had been living. There is some proof now. So we need some documents to prove that we are the inheritors of this land for generation to generation. At the end, because of compulsion, political compulsion, government would give their sanction also. You see, it would be given after some time. So forest land is getting lost every day, even every second. 1 second, 1.5 acre of forest land is getting lost. Yes. Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor, the government shall endeavor, state means government, shall endeavor means attempt to protect, try to protect, what? And improve the environment. The state shall try to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the forest. State shall endeavor to protect and safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. It is a duty of the government, the duty of the state to protect the wildlife of the country. There is a difference now. So we can plant some trees, it will not become a natural, inhabitants, surroundings for animals and birds to live. Is it not so? Their natural environment they won't get. Is it so? Yes. Safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. Is it not so? But what causes endless anguish is that, what causes endless, anguish means worry, is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. Laws are there, the constitution, many rules are there, criminal laws are there, many laws are there enforced either directly given by the parliament, in the form of laws passed, or it is given in constitution itself. Laws are there in many ways, but not protected, neither enforced by the people of India. Yes, enforced in India. For example, for instance, the constitution says that casteism, untouchability and bonded labor, means labor like slavish labor, shall be abolished. Yes, very clearly the Constitution of India ensures that casteism, then what? Untouchability, then what? Bonded labor. That kind of thing should be abolished forever and forever. But they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of operation of the Constitution. 4473 now. Even now it is there now. Can you say that we are all, a society of equals? No. Can you say that there is no caste system in India? No. Is it not so? It is there in different forms, not directly. By law it cannot be, enforced, but directly or indirectly it is there, its effect is there. Unbonded laborers are increasing day by day. Is it not so? How many thousands of people move from one state to another state, just to get to some labor. When the corona came, we found these laborers are wandering from one state to another state, walking thousands of kilometers, somewhere dead on the way, just to make both ends meet. How many lakhs of people are moving away from the native place and working in some other state, some other faraway place, just to make both ends meet? How many lakhs of people are there in India? Lakhs of people. When they come and suppose, people from Assam, Bihar, they come to stay, southern states, especially states like Kerala, they come there and stay in a shed, and there is no basic amenities are available there. One contractor will be there, agents are there for them to get them recruited from that state. They come and stay in very poor conditions there. Very poor conditions there. Bonded labor they are doing. No questioning. What is given to them, they should receive. But the fact is that they are getting more than double the wages that they get in their native place. That's the problem. If they work there, they get maybe 300, 400 per day, with which a man or his family cannot survive. More than double he is able to get in southern states. Labor charge is high there. That's why they migrate from one state to another state. We cannot say migrate. Same country. We can go and work anywhere. But the conditions are very, very pathetic there. Very pathetic there. Even farmers leave their farmland and come to some other states where they become just like laborers. Conditions very pathetic there. And I told more than once that, more than, 8 crores of people at present are there in India below poverty line. What can they do? Those who cannot earn 25 rupees in villages and 32 rupees in cities. They are below poverty lines. In such a way, 8.4 crores of people are there in India. What's the condition of India? Rich become richer. It is mentioned here in this essay itself. And the poor become poorer. Is it not so? Only very few people, rich, become richer. See, 85% of India's wealth is in the hands of 15% of the rich people. 85% of people simply living just like animals. That is all. We see here again. A recent report of our Parliament's, Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forest over the last 4 decades. Forest is simply cut and removed. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. See, we are losing 3.7 million acres per 1 year. Large areas officially designated as a forest land are already virtually treeless. By document, you see, we would say it is a forest land, but there are no trees available. All cut and removed. Afterwards it will become farmland, some will occupy it, government will give you sanction, there will be electricity connection, all legal documents will be ready. Forest is lost. Yes, lost forever. The actual loss of forest is estimated to be about 8 times. Actual loss of forest is about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics, government documents. See, it is 8 times more than what is mentioned in the government statistics. Let us continue this paragraph. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography. A 3-year study using satellites. Now satellites are there for us to study. High-tech study can be made using satellites. An aerial study, aerial photography conducted by the UN warns that the environment has deteriorated, means worsened, moving from bad to worse, worsened so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. UN has investigated 88 countries all over the world, and there it is pathetic, or was it so badly deteriorated. In all the 88 countries, it has studied about the environment problem. Yes. So, environment has deteriorated, degraded. That's what? Degraded. Because of pollution, deforestation, many other reasons. So badly that it is critical. See, very dangerous in many of the 88 countries investigated. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors. The growth of world population. See, population explosion we may call it. Not growth but explosion. Is strongest factor is distorting the future of a human society. Yes, distorting means deviating, but here it means worsening. See, distorting, worsening the future of a human society. Yes, in a way worsening the future of human society. The main reason may be population explosion. See, just to compare our condition and the condition of some developed nations. For example, the most powerful, the richest country in the world, most powerful. Richer small countries are there, but still we can call it the most powerful and richest country in the world is no doubt the USA or America. Do you know what's the population there? 33 crores only. 33 point something only. The total population of America is 33 crores. What about us? More than 130 crores. So what happens as a result of that? See, the national income, see, it is divided between all the people, population. That's per capita income. Very low in India and very high in America. Very low in India because of a population explosion. And very high in America because population is comparatively very less. That's a benefit for them. Yes, population explosion we are discussing here. It took mankind more than 1 million years to reach the first billion. It took mankind to reach more than a million years to reach the first billion. Million into million is a billion. That was the world population around the year 1800. Yes, 1800 it was 1 billion. Yes, by the year 1900 a second billion was added. It took 1000 years to become 1 billion. Is it not so? Then in 100 years to become 2 billion. And the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. In one more century it increased by 3.7 billion. You see, the present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Every 4 days the world population increases by 1 million. Every 4 days the world population increases by 1 million. So population explosion is one of the greatest dangers the modern world is facing. Yes, fertility falls as income rise. See, it is a fact that when people become rich, they live a luxurious life. See, the number of population may not be increasing in such a fast level as it happens with the poor people. Because they become educated, their health condition will become better, they live in a better, better environment with all the wealth they have, luxury, etc. They don't care to, live in the way they lived when they were poor people. Yes. So, fertility falls. Here, fertility means fertility of human beings. See, it falls as income rise. Education spreads and health improves. When health improves, education improves and income increases, number of population will come down. This development is a best contraceptive. Contraceptive means prevention of childbirth. Yes, development is a only a source by which childbirth can be controlled. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. So development may not be possible if the population number increasing day by day and year by year. So our development will be, hampered. You see, it will be a great obstacle for development to happen because the number of people going up every day, day by day. The rich get richer as the number of population moves up and up. The rich become richer and the poor beget children. See, they beget children which condemns them to remain poor. So the number of population increase among the poor people is more than among the rich people. Yes, because when they become rich, their education will be more in them. They are, they can afford to get a good education. As a result of that, they get the awareness that population is a big problem for development, and they will not have that much children. Is it not so? You can notice that. So previously we used to have 2 children in a family. Now people restrict to 1, just 1. In China and all there are laws. Suppose a family, a government employee gets more than 2 children, their increment will be cut down. The promotion will be stopped. And if they get more than 3, I think there will be indirect punishment also. There are laws prohibiting them to have more children. So communist country, they can do it. We are a democratic country, we cannot do that. Coercion is not the method for us. Only voluntary childbirth control is possible in India as it is a democratic country. Yes. So rich become richer. That is the main problem in India. The rich become richer and the poor become poorer. See, I think I have already mentioned about the richest man in India, Mukesh Ambani. He has a house in Mumbai, a 26-story building, Antilla. The first month electricity bill of that building was, can you believe, 77 lakhs. An average Indian pays how much? 75 rupees per 1 month. Average Indian, is it not so? 75 to 100 is enough for an average ordinary Indian. Some may pay 100 or 200, that's all. 77 lakhs electricity bill for a house to live. Can you imagine? Can you imagine 77 lakhs electricity bill? I'm not blaming him. See, wealth generation, he is a typical model. You have to learn how to generate wealth. Very good, well and good. But the house and have-nots difference, the gap between house and have-nots, such a wide and vast. When 8 crores of people are below poverty line, few people are multi-millionaires. Is it not so? He is one among the top richest, one of the people in the whole world. Is it not so? Yes, he was in among top 10. I don't know what is the condition now. Anyhow, very good, such good be. But the problem I am telling is that rich become richer and the poor become poorer. That's the problem of our economy itself. Yes, more children does not mean more workers. So when we get more and more children, it doesn't mean more and more workers. Merely more people without work. More children only means that more people with no work. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized. Like animals, human beings cannot be sterilized now. It's not possible. But there is no alternative to voluntary family planning. There is only one method. Voluntary means with no compulsion. See, voluntary family planning without introducing the element of coercion means force. Without using any method of force. So people should be educated. See, awareness should be there among the people to control family. Their number of children, childbirth. Okay, now family planning. Yes, there is no possibility of coercion by force. It cannot be done because we are, a democratic country. Yes, we cannot do such kind of, cruel laws in India. Yes, coercion is no way, but only voluntary. What's that? Family planning is the only method to control the number of population. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. Perpetuation means what? Make permanent. See, poverty is made permanent because of number of population. So there is only a choice between these two. Either, what's that? Control the population. If not, poverty will be perpetuated, means made permanent. So we will remain in poverty forever and for a vast majority of people. So don't think that India means India of Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai or Chennai. That is not the real India. Even Mahatma Gandhi said, the heart of India lies in villages. Go to villages of India. What's the condition there? We can still understand. There are many villages even without electricity, even 21st century. There are many villages. There is no electricity at all. No good drinking water. The people take from the roadside pond and all, which is not at all good. Is it not so? All kinds of pollution would be there in that. Yes, we can understand what's the condition of villagers in India. Very pathetic condition. So I repeat once again, India doesn't mean India of Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta or Delhi. Yes, the heart of India lies in villages. So there are many villages, thousands of villages are there in India where there is no development at all. Yes, so if we do not control the population, poverty will be perpetuated or made permanent. The population of India is estimated to be 920 million today. It was when it was 1994, the number has increased a lot. Yes, more than the entire populations of Africa and South America put together. No one familiar with the conditions in the India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments. They live in huts. I said no, villages, not in cities, big cities. Cities people cannot live in. How can a man live in a big city? Because rent itself, he is not able to earn enough to pay the monthly rent. And again, the people won't be given a room or a house for rent also if there is no regular income. So he cannot get a room or house in a city. He can live only in a faraway place, travel to a city, place of work, if he is working in a factory or something. Is it not so? Then travel morning and evening, his life half will be, wasted in such a way. That's the condition there. Cities are costly, villages are, pathetic in condition. Okay, now that's the condition of India. Yes, a poor, pathetic condition of India, even after even in 21st century. Okay, unless population control is given topmost priority. So we have to give priority to, importance to, population control. Otherwise, people have live in their hutments in poverty. For the first time in human history, we see transcending concern is the survival of not just of the people but of the planet. A transcending means going beyond our own things. There is a transcending concern. What is the concern? The survival of the planet. We should make sure that the planet is surviving, not only we human beings. So we should make sure that our planet is surviving. There is a transcending concern that going beyond our human concerns. Yes. So we should make sure that our planet is to survive. Survival of not just of the people but of the planet. We have begun to take a holistic view. Yes, in the first paragraph we saw that holistic view. The entire human race as one unit. You see, the entire humanity as one unit, including not humanity alone. See, all the creatures of this planet together as one single unit, and we are part of it. The entire universe as one single unit, and we are part of it. And we should live in harmony with, in partnership with other creatures. They are also owners of this earth, of this universe. They have an equal right to live. We cannot destroy them, kill them, dominate over them. We cannot. We have no right because they are also owners of this land and they have a right to live here on the face of this planet. We should permit them to live, not destroy them. Is it not so? Or wipe them out. Yes. So a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. Yes, we should take a holistic view. You see, of ecosystem and environment. What is it? The entire universe is a single unit and we are a part of it and we should live together with all the species. Don't destroy them, don't kill them, don't wipe them out. Let them live. Kill them not, let them live. You see, the environmental problem does not necessarily signal our demise. Because of environment, see, it won't signal our demise means death, being wiped out. It may not cause a widespread death for human beings, but it is our passport for the future. There is a passport for us. If only we protect the environment, we can move on to the next generation. Then only our planet will be able to survive. For survival of the planet is a passport. Protection of environment is a passport for the survival of the planet. Otherwise, our planet won't survive. Yes. The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. Era means period. So it has begun an era, a period of responsibility. Yes, it is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than dissociated collection of parts. The world is one single unit, not a collection of many parts. Industry has a most crucial role to play in this new era. Industry has a very important role to play in this new era, era of responsibility. Now it is a period of responsibility. So we should make sure that our planet is surviving. There is a new era of responsibility. Yes, what a transformation would be affected if more businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont. If many businessmen, many industrialists, if they had shared the opinion of DuPont. DuPont is an American company, largest chemical company in the world. DuPont is an American company and it is the largest chemical company in the world. So if many industrialists had shared, if they share the opinion of DuPont, is it not so? Yes, what is that? Mr. Edgar S. Woolard. You see? It is good that all the businessmen share his viewpoint. What is his viewpoint? We are going to see. Who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He declared himself the company's chief environmental officer. And he said, our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance. If only we excel in environmental performance that we can continue to be a leading manufacturer. If only environment is protected, we can continue to be a leading manufacturer. So our author is telling that industrialists have a very important role to play in the survival of the planet to protect the environment. Okay, of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady of Great Britain, former Prime Minister of Britain, okay, during the years of her Prime Ministership, none has passed so decisively in the current coin of English usage as her felicitous words. See, no other words can be as apt as this, that when she said these words. Once again, see that none has passed so decisively in the current coin of English usage. Nobody has said so suitable or apt words as she said once. What is that? No generation has a free hold on this earth. So her words are quite suitable, apt. Is it not so? See, nobody has said as suitable as these words. So our former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher once said, no generation has free hold on this earth. Nobody can say that we have a free hold, free control of this earth. No generation of people can say that they have a free hold, means a control of this earth. All we have is a life of a tenancy. See, who is a tenant? One who lives in a rented house, etc. Is it not so? He will never become an owner. He is only a tenant. Is he? Living on somebody's property. Tenant, which means he should return the house when he moves out from that room or a building. He is a tenant. See, we are all tenants. See, yes, we have is a life of tenancy with the full repairing lease. We have taken it for lease and for repairing also. Is it not so? Yes, repairing lease we have taken it. Not ours at all. We are not owners, but we are tenants. In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. According to Mr. Lester Brown, we have not inherited. Actually, we have inherited, but tables turned. See, just tell the other way. What is that? We have not inherited this, a world from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. See, reversing the order, he says that actually we have borrowed it from our children. Why? Because it belongs to them. Actually, this world is not ours, it is of the children or coming generation. So we have borrowed it from them because it is their due. Actually, this world belongs not to us but to the coming generation. So we have borrowed from them because it is their due, it is their world, and we have borrowed it for a time being. In a way, we are all travelers on this earth now. How long we will live here? 60, 70 years, you know so. Like travelers in a bus or a train, then we get into one train at a particular junction, we will move from the train after some time. Like that, we are all travelers. Is it not so? So we cannot say it is ours. We hold it for some time. So here what is meant is that actually the world belongs to the coming generations. You see? And we are only tenants. We have borrowed it from our children because it is theirs. So for the time being we have borrowed, which means we have to return to them with no damage, without compromising their needs. Is it not so? That is what. So Prime Minister Thatcher once said, what is that? No generation has free hold on this earth. We cannot say any generation can have a free control on this earth. You see, we are all tenants. And Mr. Lester Brown says that we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We cannot say it is God from forefathers, it is ours. We can never say, because this world belongs not to us but to the coming generation. We have borrowed from them because it's theirs. We have just borrowed it from our children. That is our essay by Nani Palkhivala, is Ailing Planet. Now I think you have understood why the planet is ailing. All the natural resources are getting exploited. And the green movement, we have seen in the beginning of it, and the role of green movement in protecting the environment is very clearly explained in this essay, The Ailing Planet by Nani Palkhivala. Once again, go through the essay, read it, watch the video several times. If still any doubts remaining, let me know it, I will clarify. Thank you for watching. For more updates, subscribe the channel SGK English. Thank you.